Hello, I'm Cam from Talkwell Counselling Service, and today we are talking about something deeply personal and powerful: the inner child healing process. If you've ever felt stuck in old emotional patterns, or are easily triggered, or like you're constantly people pleasing, then chances are your inner child is calling out for care. So let's gently explore what this really means and how to begin the healing process. Okay, so what or who is the inner child? Well, this here is a visual representation of the different ages and stages we live through from birth to adulthood. Okay, so you've got the adult self, loves the rotten dolls, the big blue one, and this represents your early adult self. The next one down is your teenage years. The next one down are your primary school years until you get to your baby self. How cute is that? It's the tiniest one. That's your baby self. These are all the stages you have lived through. So what you need to understand is the inner child isn't just a metaphor, it's the emotional, instinctive part of us that's formed in childhood, and it carries our earliest memories, unmet needs, emotional wounds, and also our natural joy, creativity and wonder. When we experience trauma, neglect, or even subtle emotional invalidation as children, parts of us get frozen in time, and that inner child shows up in adulthood, often in hidden ways. The person who gets deeply hurt by small rejections, that's the inner child. The person who fears abandonment or panics during conflict, that's the inner self too. And the overachiever who's always trying to prove their worth, that's likely a child who didn't feel good enough growing up. Healing doesn't mean blaming our parents. This isn't a blame game. It means showing ourselves the love, protection and validation that we never received when we needed it as children from our caregivers or parents. So how do you know when your inner child is wounded? Is it wounded? How would you know? So here are a few signs. You may be highly self-critical or have perfectionist traits. You may struggle with emotional regulation or overreact. You may fear rejection or abandonment. You may attract emotionally unavailable partners, or feel guilty or shame for not having for having needs and not having them met. So you don't speak up for yourself. These are not personality flaws. They are protection strategies that you've learned early on, so defense mechanisms. And they can be unlearned with compassion and time and self-awareness. One of the most healing things we can do is to reparent ourselves. That's where the big one comes in, right? So reparenting means that we are creating a safe and loving adult that your younger self needed, and you build a bridge between your present self and the child within. Here's how to begin, okay? Point 1, acknowledge the presence of your inner child. Visualize your inner child, maybe at age 5 or 7 or 10, whenever the trauma happened. What did they feel? What did they need? Speak to them with compassion. Try saying, I see you, I'm sorry that you're alone, I'm here now. Use a journal, write letters to your inner child. It might feel silly at first, but it's incredibly powerful. Offer safety and structure, so set boundaries for your adult self so that your inner child thrives in a safe and consistent environment and is not triggered. Remind yourself, I'm the adult now and I can protect us, plural, all of versions of us. We can play and rest and create, make space for joy and playfulness, colour and dance, rest without guilt, whatever brings you out of your curiosity and into the lightness. This isn't about being childish, it's about being whole. So, when we become adults, we can become boring. So try to remember what it's like to have a bit of fun. Let's try a short guided visualization. So take a deep breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Close your eyes and picture yourself as a young child. Where are you? What do you look like? How do you feel? What did you need to hear from others at that point in time? Now imagine going into that space and kneeling beside them and putting a hand on their shoulder gently, or holding their hand and saying, I came to visit you because I'm worried about you. You've been through so much and it's not your fault. You don't have to worry anymore because I'm here now and you are safe. You didn't deserve what happened to you, and you're allowed to be loved and to feel rested and joy and know that it wasn't your fault. Pause, breathe, let that image settle. Remind your inner self that it's safe now, your inner child. Take this space whenever you need to. It can help to use a photograph of your younger self to look at whilst doing this exercise. You can visit any stage or any age of your younger self, depending on where in your life the trauma occurred. You can carry out multiple visits to different versions of yourself as a child, a teenager, or even into early adulthood. It's your choice. You go where you need to with all of your years and wisdom and knowledge, and go visit that old inner self, that inner child, that you can then start to heal those wounds. Inner child healing takes time, and it's about processing unprocessed emotions and letting them go, releasing them. Some days you'll feel strong and nurturing, other days the child inside may feel scared or reactive again. You might have been triggered and regressed back. And that's okay. You are building a new relationship with yourself, one rooted in compassion rather than criticism, in safety, not survival. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. Therapy can help you safely explore those deeper wounds and patterns and offer guidance as you heal. If this resonated with you, I invite you to reach out and explore more via friends, family, therapy. You can reach out to me directly at talkwell.counselling.co.uk. Drop a comment below and message me directly if you'd like help with your inner child work. Please share this with your partners, your friends, your family. So subscribe, share, and a gentle reminder, you have been through a lot and now you are healing. Always remember you are worthy of love and acceptance and belonging, both now and back then as a child. So I wish you all the best, and I hope your healing journey bears fruit. In the meantime, talk well to each other and look after each other's hearts and minds, and I shall see you in the next bite. Take care. Bye bye.